I came to New Zealand about 9 years ago, and I did biotech, which is Bachelor of Technology in Biotechnology, and that went on for about 4 years. At the tail end of that degree, I did a Spark program, and that was my first sort of transition into business, or like a crash course into business. And from there on, things have just moved on so much, and I went from being a scientist to being a marketing manager for a $2 billion startup, so it's a pretty big transition. Currently I'm involved with two ventures. First venture is called Transcribe Me, which is a startup I co-founded. That started about 2 years ago, and that came out of an event called Startup Weekend. So we co-founded that with about 4 people, and now that's about a $5 million startup, global startup with about 1,000 people working on a crowdsourcing platform converting voice to text. So I moved on from that a few months ago, but that company is still going very well, which is great. Right now I'm working in a company called Xero, which is a beautiful accounting software, and they are listed on a stock exchange, and they've got really big investors, and it's basically a software which helps you with accounting, and it's a cloud-based software. So this company is going to go very, very big in the near future and the long-term future as well. Spark, as I said earlier, it was a crash course for business for me. I was a scientist and I had no knowledge about business, but I was always interested in it. So Spark gave me the knowledge to run a business from scratch when I had pretty much zero knowledge of business. So Spark is exactly what it's named. It's a spark for you to get into business from nowhere, whatever field you're coming from. And I would say that from a key takeaway perspective, it's one thing which I would suggest any individual would like to be part of, because it's not a business thing. It's for everyone. Whether it's a scientist, whether you're an architect, or whether you're a lawyer, it's useful for everyone to actually go through the whole process and understand how you go from being no one to being actually a startup co-founder or a company co-founder. Probably 6 months, which is pretty cool.